Have you ever felt that emptiness that grows with the years? Dear one, have you ever felt that emptiness, the kind that seems to grow larger as the years go by? That silence that isn't just in your home, but echoes deep within your chest? That feeling that time races on outside, while inside, everything has come to a standstill? If you've felt this before, or if you're feeling it now, I want you to know, you are not alone. No, you never have been. And today, let's walk together down this path of loneliness, not to escape it, but to understand it, embrace it, and perhaps transform it into something sacred. Picture an ancient tree, its roots buried deep, having witnessed countless seasons. In winter, its leaves fall, its branches stand bare, and the cold wind seems to whisper that all is over. Yet, even in this apparent solitude, something magical happens. The tree silently prepares for a new bloom. Did you know that trees communicate with each other through an underground network of fungi called the Wood Wide Web? Just as loneliness seems to isolate us, a tree may appear alone, standing in the cold. But beneath the soil, it's connected to other trees through an invisible web of roots and fungi, exchanging nutrients, warnings, and care. Yes, they support each other, even in silence. In the same way, the universe might be looking after you right now, through paths you can't yet see. What seems barren on the outside may be deeply interconnected within. What if your silence is nurturing something invisible, yet essential? Let's move forward. The unseen has much to reveal. What if the loneliness you feel is like this winter? What if it's just a pause, a breath for your soul, before something new begins to sprout? Let's discover this together, step by step, heart to heart. I invite you to stay with me until the end of this video, because I want to walk with you on this journey of healing and self-discovery. And here's some good news. If you like this video and leave a comment, YouTube will better understand your preferences and recommend more content like this, content that speaks directly to your soul. So, stay with me. Let's dive deep, but with lightness. Let's listen to what the silence has to teach us. And above all, let's remember that even in the darkest nights, there is a light that never goes out. Take a deep breath. I'm here with you. Does loneliness come with age? Discover the spiritual answer. When silence becomes company, what the soul tells us in the absence of voices. Dear friend, take a moment to look around. The house is quiet, isn't it? The walls still hold the same memories, the cup rests in its usual corner, but something has changed. The sound of footsteps is gone. The laughter that once filled the room has become an echo of a time that won't return, and the clock, with its insistent ticking, seems to mock the time that now drags on. There's no rush. There's no one calling you from the other room, just silence. A silence that once felt like a luxury, but now has become a constant, almost suffocating companion. But let me tell you a story. Once there was an old monk who lived high on a mountain. He spent days without hearing a human voice, only the sound of the wind and the distant song of birds. One day a young pilgrim climbed up to him and asked, "Master, how do you endure such loneliness?" The monk smiled and replied, "Loneliness? I am not alone. Silence is my teacher. It shows me what words never could." And he pointed to the sky, to the trees, to the young man's own heart. Everything speaks if you know how to listen. Did you know that the human brain creates inner voices to help regulate our emotions even when we're alone? Science calls this symbolic internal processing. External silence activates areas of the brain linked to introspection and spirituality. It's no wonder monks and sages sought solitude to find answers. Perhaps that voice you hear in lonely moments isn't just yours. Maybe it's a fusion of your deepest self and something greater trying to guide you. If silence is the teacher, what might it be trying to teach you now? What if the silence weighing on your home isn't an enemy, but a teacher in disguise? What if, in this emptiness, Your soul is trying to whisper something the noise of life has always drowned out. I know it hurts. I know the echo inside you asks, why has everyone left? Why am I the only one still here? But listen, loneliness is not the end. It's an invitation. An invitation to hear the voice that's always been there, but perhaps you've forgotten. The voice of your essence, the voice of something greater, the voice of a love that never abandons you. So today, do this for yourself. Sit for a moment, close your eyes, let the silence in, ask it, what do you want to teach me? And wait. Not with haste, but with patience. Because sometimes it's in the absence of human voices that we hear the divine. And I promise you, you are not alone. You never have been. Reflective mantra. In silence, I listen. In emptiness, I find my soul is never alone. The emptiness of the room and the weight of the days, the spirituality behind loneliness. Now, let's talk about those days that seem to never end. The room is there, with the same old couch, the sun-faded curtains, the picture frames staring at you with eyes from a past that won't return. The clock marks the time, but the minutes weigh like stones on your chest. Outside, the world rushes, shouts, lives. Inside, everything moves in slow motion. You make coffee, but the table is set for just one. And the sound of the spoon against the saucer is a cruel reminder. Something is missing. Someone is missing. Think of a still pond, hidden in the middle of a forest. At first glance, it seems lifeless, just water, just stillness. But if you look closer, you'll see that beneath the surface, an entire world is alive. Fish swim, plants sway with the gentle current, and the water itself reflects the sky, as if holding the universe's secrets. What if the emptiness of your room is like this pond? What if, behind the weight of these days, there's something alive, something sacred, just waiting for you to come closer and see it? I know it's hard. I know you wonder, why am I still here if everything feels so meaningless? But let me tell you something. Loneliness is not a punishment. It's a sacred field, an invisible altar where your soul can finally kneel and speak with the divine. These heavy days are a process, a cleansing of the heart. They teach you to surrender, to trust, to find beauty, even in what seems empty. So today, try this. Look at your room with new eyes. Touch the couch and remember a laugh that once echoed there. Open the curtains and let the light in as if it were a hug. And whisper to yourself, I am here, and that is enough. Because one day, without you even noticing, this empty room will feel full, full of meaning, full of presence, full of you. You are not alone. I'm here with you. Reflective mantra. In the weight of the days, I learn. In the emptiness, I renew. I am here, and that is sacred. The soul also feels longing. What age teaches us about love and presence? Dear one, there are days when longing wakes up before you do, aren't there? It lies beside you, joins you as you sip your coffee, and lingers like a silent, heavy shadow. Longing for those who've left, for those who are far away, for those who no longer call. But more than anything, a longing you can't quite name, as if even your soul misses something it doesn't fully understand. Let me tell you about an old fisherman who lived by the sea. He spent hours gazing at the horizon, his eyes full of tears. One day someone asked, "Why do you cry so much for the sea?" He replied, "It's not for the sea. It's for what it reminds me of. Each wave brings back a face, a voice, a time that won't return. But it also teaches me, what is gone still lives here." And he pointed to his chest. Age does this to us, doesn't it? It sharpens our senses. It makes every scent, every sound, every silence carry the weight of memory. Some indigenous cultures believe that every memory is a spirit visiting the heart to keep the bonds of love alive. This longing that pulses within you might be more than just memory. It might be presence. In many ancestral traditions, remembering isn't suffering, it's honoring. It's as if, By remembering someone, you open a portal to a living presence. The soul doesn't forget who it loves. It simply learns to love in a different way. What if every pang of longing is a visit, a message of love that still lives within you? Let's keep going. There are more secrets held in the heart. So tell me, is this longing just pain? Or could it be a call? Maybe your soul is asking for you, for your presence, for your listening. We spend so much time being everything to others, parents, children, partners, caregivers, that we forget to give ourselves to ourselves. And now, with the house emptier, with time moving slower, the soul demands, "What about me? When will you hear me?" Today, do this for yourself. Take an old photo, or simply close your eyes and recall a moment of love. Feel the longing, but don't fight it. Let it teach you that love isn't just company. Love is living memory, presence, even in absence. And above all, love is looking in the mirror and saying, "I am here, I am enough." Because the soul feels longing, yes, but it also rejoices when you finally embrace yourself. You are not alone. I'm here, and something greater is too. Reflective mantra. Longing is memory, memory is love, and love, even in absence, never leaves me alone. Ieta, you are not alone, even when you're by yourself, the invisible presence that never leaves, soul. Companion, there are days when the silence of the house seems to scream, aren't there? The creak of the door, the distant sound of a car on the street, the ticking of an old clock. Everything echoes as if life is slowly saying goodbye. You look around and see no one. There are no laughs, no voices calling you with affection. Just you, or at least that's how it seems. But let me remind you of something you might have forgotten. Once there was a child who on a stormy night curled up in fear under the blankets. The thunder roared, the wind howled, and she felt like the loneliest person in the world. But suddenly, she felt an inexplicable warmth, as if someone were hugging her from within. There was no one there, yet she knew she wasn't alone. Have you ever felt that? That shiver, that comfort that comes from nowhere, like an invisible touch? Did you know that some theories in quantum physics suggest that the observer is never separate from the reality they observe? This means the universe might be responding to your consciousness. Do you feel a presence? Maybe it's really there. Do you long for love? Maybe it's closer than you think. Separation might just be an illusion, just like time, like space, and perhaps even loneliness. What if the universe is more aware of you than you realize? Keep going. There's still so much to feel, because there's something the eyes can't see, but the heart can feel. A presence that doesn't knock on the door but enters, that doesn't speak in words, but soothes with a breath, that never says goodbye, never disappears. In youth, amidst so many distractions, you might not have noticed it. But now, with time more spacious, with quieter hallways, it reveals itself, the eternal companion, the divine love that has known you since before you were born. So today, take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment and feel. You are seen, you are remembered, you are loved by something greater. It doesn't matter if no one calls you today, if friends are gone, if your children are far away. This presence never leaves. And maybe this phase of life isn't an end, but a sacred beginning, the moment to hear the voice that has always whispered, "I'm here, I always have been, I've never left you. You are not alone. I'm here with you." Reflective mantra. Even in silence I am embraced. Even in loneliness I am loved. I have never been alone. Does loneliness have a name? The spiritual search for the meaning of being alone. Dear one, let's talk about this silent guest who arrives unannounced. At first, it hides in small absences, the empty seat at the table, the cold bed, the lack of a message on your phone. Then it spreads through the house, fills the corners of your heart, and settles in as part of you. Loneliness. But does it have a name? Do each of us call it something different? For some, it's longing. For others, abandonment. And for you, what do you call it? Let me tell you about a traveler who walked through an endless desert. He carried only a light backpack, but the weight of loneliness made him stumble with every step. One day, exhausted, he stopped and shouted into the void, "Why do you follow me?" And the desert, in its vastness, seemed to reply with the echo of the wind, "I don't follow you, I prepare you. Look within." And there in the silence, the traveler found something he never expected, himself. What if the loneliness you feel isn't a burden, but a secret language of the soul? What if the silence that hurts so much is just a mirror, forcing you to look inside? I know it's intense. I know what lives there. Memories, wounds, hopes can be hard to face. But it's in this dive that the sacred resides. Being alone isn't being empty. On the contrary, sometimes it's in loneliness that we become full of faith, of questions, of answers that only silence can bring. So today, give your loneliness a name. It could be encounter, it could be pause, it could be path, and accept its invitation. Sit with yourself. Listen to what time, pain, and emptiness have to teach you. Because life over the years strips us bare. It removes the excess, the distractions, and more naked, more sensitive, more ready. Ready to discover that being alone isn't being lost. Often it's being exactly where the soul needed to be. Reflective mantra: loneliness is encounter, silence is answer. I am where I need to be. A rebirth of hope. And now, kindred spirit, we've reached the end of this journey, or rather, the beginning of something new. Take a deep breath with me. Feel the air filling your chest, as if it's carrying away the weight you brought here. The loneliness that seemed such a heavy shadow might now have a new face. Perhaps it's an invitation, a teacher, a mirror reflecting not just pain, but also the strength, beauty, and love that have always lived within you. Curiously, our DNA carries traces of all our ancestors. In a way, you've never been alone. Within you live voices, memories, instincts of thousands of generations. Your eyes may have seen the world before, in different forms, in different eras. Your silence might echo ancient knowledge. The pain you feel today might be the end of an ancestral cycle that concludes with you. And the rebirth? It's the start of a new lineage, yours. You are the continuation of many. But you are also the beginning. The phoenix that rises is you. Imagine yourself as a phoenix, that mythical bird reborn from its own ashes. Every silence, every empty day, every pang of longing that hurt was a flame burning away the old, the unnecessary. And now, right here, in this very moment, you are ready to fly again. With lighter wings, with a more aware heart, with the certainty that you've never, not for a second, been alone. There is a greater presence guiding you. There is an invisible love sustaining you. And there is you, the greatest strength you could ever have. So today, rise with an inner smile. Take a step, even a small one, toward the life that still pulses outside and within. Look in the mirror and say, I am here. And this is the beginning. Because loneliness is not the end. It's just a bridge to rebirth. And I know deep in my heart that you are ready to cross it. You are not alone. I'm here, and something eternal is too. Let's live with more awareness, more love, more truth. Until our next journey, my friend, take care and bloom. If this journey touched your heart, if these words brought a little light to your day, I kindly ask you, leave a like, enjoy this video, and share it with someone who also needs to hear this message. Every gesture of yours helps this energy of love and healing reach further, touching more hearts like yours that seek meaning and hope. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these soul-to-soul conversations we have together. To dive even deeper into this journey, download our exclusive ebook on transforming loneliness into self-knowledge. The link is in the description and the first pinned comment. And before you go, look at the screen. There are 2 videos waiting for you. Choose one to continue your journey of self-discovery and healing. Let's keep going together with more awareness, more love, more truth. Until next time, my dear, take care. And Bloom final mantra: I am reborn from silence. I renew in presence. I live with my whole soul. Finally, thank you for walking with me this far.